Howdy folks, today we got something new to try out. It's Gammel Dansk. So what is Gammel Dansk? It is a bitter dram that is a traditional Danish product. This stuff is actually made in Norway, which is, a little confusing. It's 38% alcohol by volume. This is a 1 liter bottle, and it cost me, I don't remember. And apparently up there in Denmark, they drink this stuff in the morning, which, good for them. They know how to do winter up there, I think. Similar to Fernet, it's sort of positioned as like a Fernet or a Jägermeister, though I haven't had Jägermeister in a long time, so I don't know how the taste compares, although I do have Fernet, and it is, this stuff is pretty bitter. It's bitter in a similar way to Fernet, in that way that it's sort of the type that settles your stomach, not the type that dries out your mouth and makes you hungry. So like gentian, I feel like is more drying out. Campari kind of dries out your mouth. But Fernet and Gammel Dansk will, soothe the stomach. Says it's made with 29 herbs, spices, and flowers. A genuine natural product. Perfect with a cup of coffee or a cold beer. Well, that sounds very civilized. Caramel color added and contains licorice. Why did they have to say it contains licorice, I wonder? But it contains licorice. Let's just give it a quick taste. It smells licoricey. Ooh. Oh boy, yeah, it is bitter. But it's not overwhelming. It is a bit like Fernet in the way that it's bitter, but it doesn't have Fernet's sort of minty eucalyptus kind of flavors. That sort of menthol flavor that Fernet has. It's actually very sippable. I find it easier to sip on than Fernet, and I like Fernet. Have you ever had those salted licorice candies? It's kind of like that, a little less intense and a little less salty, but that's good. So, what are we going to do with it? Well, this might seem obvious. It seems the obvious thing to me to do is to make a Toronto variation. Now, Toronto is essentially an old-fashioned with a little bit of Fernet in it. We're going to do an Aquavit and Gammel Dansk Toronto. Because things that come from the same place, Scandinavia, they're going to go pretty well together as a general rule. That's why it seems like such an obvious thing to do. Now, I looked around Google a little bit to see if this had been done already. I couldn't really find anything, but if you know if this is already a thing and has a name, then, put it down in the comments. So for this drink, we're going to do O.P. Anderson Swedish Aquavit. This is what I happen to have around right now for Aquavit. Delicious stuff. We're going to put in Gammel Dansk, a little sugar, some Angostura bitters, and I might even put in like a bar spoon of smoky scotch, probably Lafroig, just to, winter it up a little bit. I think that's going to be pretty good. And for a name, I was tempted to go with something like calling it an Oslo or, Copenhagen or something. But instead of that, I think I'm going to call it Dansk Revolution. think? Dansk Revolution. You know, nice orange on the nose. Bit of smokiness. Goes into some of that light licorice from the Gammel Dansk. You know, if you wanted to get real classy and you had a squirt bottle, you could put smoky scotch into your squirt bottle like I do for absinthe, and you can just give this a spritz of smoky scotch. And that would, you know, that would do something. That would be good here. You got a bit of that smoky scotch up front. It goes smoothly into the sort of licoricey Dansk, and the sort of caraway of the Aquavit is sort of mellowed out a little bit. It's perfectly sweet, and the bitters really bring it all together. This is a delightful drink. I really have been enjoying making these, and I think you would too. Now, I put this drink on the rocks, my really fun squared off ice cupcake. But this drink would work perfectly well, you know, served up in a coupe. I think that would be fine. So, conclusions. Gammel Dansk, it is a bitter thing, and if you like bitter things, you'll probably like this. It's not overwhelmingly bitter, and it's got a really nice licoricey flavor. If you hate black licorice, you might not like this. If you're afraid of bitter things, it may not be for you, but if you like Fernet at all, yeah, this is amazing. If you like Aquavit at all, get some of this and make it Dansk Revolution. Hey, thanks for watching. Gammel Dansk, yes sir. They recommend drinking it in the morning, and I couldn't agree more. Let's have one tomorrow morning.